Ladies and gentlemen, listen carefully, for what I'm about to share with you is not just advice. It is a revelation that can save your heart, your destiny, and even your very soul. There are betrayals in life that cut so deep they shake the very foundation of who we are. Not all offenses are equal. Some wounds heal with time, but others leave scars that alter the course of our lives forever. And there are 3 betrayals. 3 violations of trust that must never be forgiven. For to forgive them is to invite destruction upon yourself. The first betrayal is the breaking of sacred trust. Trust is the currency of all relationships. When it is shattered, it is almost impossible to rebuild, whether in marriage, friendship, or business. Trust is the glue that holds everything together. When someone deliberately deceives you, when they lie with intent, they're not just making a mistake, they are revealing their character, and character is the foundation of everything. If someone can betray your trust once, they can do it again. And the moment you excuse it, you grant them permission to harm you once more. The second betrayal is the violation of covenant. There is a difference between a mistake and a decision. A mistake is accidental. A decision is intentional. When someone steps outside of the covenant of love, faithfulness, or loyalty, they are telling you without words that you are disposable. The problem is not just the act of betrayal, it is the lack of honor. Anyone who dishonors a covenant, be it in marriage, friendship, or partnership, has shown you that their word means nothing. And where there is no integrity, there is no future. You must never allow yourself to be shackled to someone who treats commitment as convenience. The third betrayal is the betrayal of purpose. This is the most dangerous of them all. There are people in your life right now who are not for you. They are against your destiny. Some betray you not with words, not with actions, but with silent sabotage. They speak against your dreams, discourage your ambitions, and poison your mind with doubt. They disguise themselves as friends, as lovers, as family, but in truth, they are enemies of your purpose. The most dangerous enemy is not the one who attacks you openly. It is the one who eats at your vision from within. Anyone who betrays your purpose is not just an enemy to you, they are an enemy to your destiny. And when destiny is at stake, you must never compromise. So hear me well. Trust can be broken, covenants can be violated, and purpose can be sabotaged. Not every betrayal deserves forgiveness, because forgiveness without wisdom is an open door to destruction. Some people were never meant to stay. Some betrayals are divine revelations, exposing those who were never worthy of your presence. Protect your heart, guard your purpose. Never forgive these 3 betrayals, because your future depends on it. Trust is the foundation of all relationships. Once broken, it is nearly impossible to rebuild. Betrayal of trust is a revelation of character, and if forgiven, it invites further harm. Covenants must be honored, whether in marriage, friendship, or business. Violating a covenant is an intentional act of dishonor. A person who treats commitment as convenience is not worthy of your trust. Betrayal of purpose is the most dangerous. Some people secretly work against your dreams and ambition. They may appear as friends or loved ones, but they're enemies of your destiny. Not every betrayal deserves forgiveness. Forgiving without wisdom can be self-destructive. Some betrayals are divine revelations exposing those who were never meant to stay in your life. Forgiveness does not mean allowing repeated harm. True wisdom recognizes when someone has shown their true colors, and refusing to tolerate their betrayal is an act of self-preservation. Protect your future by guarding your relationships. Be discerning about who you trust, commit to, and share your dreams with, because the wrong people can sabotage your destiny. Trust is the foundation of all relationships, because it determines the strength and stability of any bond. Without trust, even the strongest connections will eventually crumble. Trust is not just about believing in someone's words. It is about having confidence in their character, intentions, and action. When someone betrays your trust, They do more than just lie or deceive. They shake the very ground upon which the relationship stands. A betrayal of trust is not an accident. It is a choice. It means that the person consciously decided to deceive you, break a promise, or act in a way that contradicts the expectations of your relationship. It's not a mistake that can be overlooked, because it reveals something much deeper, their true nature. A person who can betray you once without remorse is highly likely to do it again. The moment you excuse their actions without consequence, you give them silent permission to continue. Many people make the mistake of thinking that trust, once broken, can be fully restored. The truth is, trust is like glass. Once shattered, even if you try to put the pieces back together, the cracks will always remain. You may attempt to move forward, but the doubt, the hesitation, and the fear of another betrayal will linger. It changes the way you see the person. Where once there was security, now there is suspicion. Where once there was certainty, now there is hesitation. A broken trust does not only affect the relationship, it affects the person who was betrayed. It leaves wounds that take time to heal, and in some cases, they never fully recover. People who have been deeply betrayed often struggle with trusting others in the future, not because they want to be guarded, but because they have learned through pain that trust is not something to be given lightly. In relationships, whether romantic, business, or friendship, trust is what allows people to be vulnerable. It allows a wife to believe in her husband's faithfulness, a business partner to rely on their colleague's honesty, and a friend to confide without fear of exposure. When that trust is violated, the ability to feel safe disappears. Once safety is gone, the relationship is no longer a place of refuge, but a battlefield of doubt and insecurity. This is why some betrayals of trust should never be forgiven. Not because of bitterness, but because some wounds are too deep to risk reopening. Trust once shattered can never be the same again. And if someone is capable of breaking it once, they have already shown that they do not value it. When a person has shown you their true nature through betrayal, believe them. Protect yourself from further harm by recognizing that some betrayals are not mistakes but warnings, and when you ignore a warning, you invite destruction. The cost of misplaced trust is too high. Be discerning. Guard your heart, and remember, without trust, there is no relationship, only an illusion of one. Covenants are sacred agreements that bind people together through commitment, honor, and responsibility. Whether in marriage, friendship, or business, a covenant is not just a promise. It is a declaration of loyalty and integrity. When someone violates a covenant, they do more than break a rule. They dishonor the very foundation of the relationship. Such betrayal is not a moment of weakness, but a deliberate act of disrespect. A covenant is different from an ordinary agreement because it is built on trust, sacrifice, and shared purpose. In marriage, it represents faithfulness and lifelong commitment. In friendship, it signifies loyalty and support. In business, it reflects honesty and mutual benefit. When a person chooses to betray this sacred bond, they reveal their true nature. They show that their word means nothing, that their commitment was conditional, and that they prioritize their own desires over integrity. One of the most painful realities of life is that not everyone values commitment the same way. Some people enter into covenants with hidden intentions. They say the right words, make promises, and appear devoted, but when tested, their lack of integrity is exposed. A person who easily breaks a covenant has already decided that their needs, pleasures, or ambitions matter more than the agreement they made. They did not stumble into betrayal, they walked into it with full knowledge of the consequences. The most dangerous aspect of a broken covenant is that it is rarely a one-time event. A person who dishonors a commitment once is capable of doing it again. This is why betrayal in marriage often leads to repeated unfaithfulness. why business partners who steal once are likely to do it again, and why friends who gossip about you today will betray you tomorrow. Forgiving a broken covenant without consequences invites further harm. Restoring a broken covenant is nearly impossible because trust is never the same after betrayal. When a spouse is unfaithful, even if forgiveness is given, the shadow of doubt lingers. When a friend betrays confidence, even if reconciliation occurs, the relationship loses its depth. When a business partner deceives, no future deal will ever feel secure. The heart may try to move forward, but the mind will always remember. This is why some betrayal should never be forgiven, not out of hatred, but out of wisdom. A person who violates a covenant has proven that they are willing to destroy something sacred for temporary gain. The risk of allowing them back into your life is too great. The wounds they leave are too deep. The pain they cause is too damaging. Commitment is not a game. When someone shows you that they are willing to dishonor a covenant, believe them. Walk away, protect your heart, and never allow yourself to be shackled to someone who treats commitment as convenience. Because a covenant is only as strong as the integrity of the one who keeps it. The betrayal of purpose is the most dangerous form of betrayal because it does not just affect your emotions, it affects your destiny. While broken trust and violated covenants cause pain, betrayal of purpose can destroy your future. There are people in your life right now who do not support your calling, your dreams, or your potential. They may not openly attack you, but they sabotage you in silence. These people are more dangerous than any enemy because they wear the mask of friendship, love, or mentorship while secretly working against you. Not everyone who smiles at you is for you. Some people pretend to be in your corner while secretly hoping you fail. They discourage your dreams, speak doubt into your plans, and downplay your potential. They use subtle words to weaken your confidence. Are you sure this is for you? Maybe you should aim lower. I don't think you have what it takes. These words may seem harmless, but they are weapons designed to plant fear in your heart. The greatest enemy of purpose is not failure, it is doubt. And once doubt takes root, it can kill a dream before it even begins. Some betrayals are not spoken, they are acted out through inaction. There are people who claim to support you but never show up when it matters. They celebrate your struggles but remain silent in your victories. They listen to your ideas but never contribute to your growth. Their betrayal is not in what they say but in what they refuse to do. They do not encourage, they do not invest, they do not help. They are passive enemies, close enough to watch you but never close enough to lift you. The most dangerous form of betrayal of purpose comes from those who actively sabotage your progress. These are people who block opportunities, spread rumors, or work behind the scenes to ensure you do not rise above them. Sometimes these betrayers are the ones you trust the most. Family members who envy you, friends who resent your success, or colleagues who fear your potential. They feel threatened by what you carry, so they do everything in their power to keep you from reaching it. This is why discernment is critical. You cannot allow everyone to have access to your vision. Not every friend deserves to know your next move. Not every family member should hear your dreams. Some people are only in your life to gather information and use it against you. The wrong person in your circle can delay, derail, or even destroy your destiny. Forgiveness is powerful, but some betrayals should never be forgiven. When someone betrays your purpose, they have shown you that they are an enemy of your destiny. And when destiny is at stake, there is no room for compromise. Let them go. Protect your vision. Surround yourself with those who push you forward, not those who hold you back. because your purpose is too great to be placed in the hands of those who wish to see it fail. Not every betrayal deserves forgiveness, because forgiveness without wisdom invites repeated pain. While forgiveness is often seen as a virtue, it must be applied with discernment. Some betrayals are not just mistakes, they are revelations. They expose the true character of a person and reveal their ability to harm you again. To forgive without wisdom is to ignore a warning that life has given you. People often confuse forgiveness with reconciliation. They believe that if they forgive someone, they must also restore the relationship. This is a dangerous misconception. Forgiveness means releasing bitterness from your heart, but it does not mean giving the betrayer another chance to hurt you. Some wounds are too deep, some offenses too severe, and some betrayers too deliberate to allow a second opportunity. A person who betrays you once has already shown what they are capable of. Whether they have broken your trust, dishonored a covenant, or sabotaged your purpose, their actions have revealed something crucial. They value themselves more than they value the relationship. Such people do not betray by accident, they betray by choice. And any betrayal that is intentional is a warning, not a mistake. There is a belief that everyone deserves a second chance, but this is not always true. Some betrayals are so deep that to forgive them is to invite destruction. A cheating spouse, a disloyal friend, or a deceptive business partner. These are not minor missteps. They are signs of a deeper issue, a lack of integrity. If a person can betray you once without remorse, what stops them from doing it again? Forgiving the wrong betrayal can cost you everything. It can drain your emotions, destroy your confidence, and delay your destiny. Some people are only sorry because they were called, not because they regret their actions. Their apologies are strategies, not sincerity. If you accept them back into your life, they will betray you again, only this time they will be more careful not to get caught. Wisdom teaches us that boundaries are necessary. You can forgive someone in your heart while removing them from your life. You can let go of resentment without allowing the betrayer back into your trust. True wisdom understands that not all wounds heal and not all relationships are meant to be restored. When someone shows you who they truly are, believe them. Do not excuse their actions, do not justify their betrayal, and do not allow yourself to be deceived by temporary remorse. Some betrayals are lessons, and the lesson is simple. Walk away. Forgiveness is a gift, but it is not an obligation. Protect your heart, protect your future, and understand this. Some betrayals should never be forgiven because some people should never be given another chance to break you. Forgiveness does not mean allowing repeated harm. Many people mistake forgiveness for blind acceptance, believing that if they forgive someone, they must also tolerate their presence, their actions, and the possibility of another betrayal. This is a dangerous misconception. Forgiveness is about releasing bitterness from your heart, but it is not an invitation for someone to hurt you again. True wisdom understands that some people are not meant to stay in your life after they have shown you who they really are. There is a difference between forgiving someone and restoring a relationship. Forgiveness is for your peace, but reconciliation requires trust. And trust is not something that should be given back freely to someone who has broken it. Trust must be earned, and in some cases it can never be restored. Allowing someone who has already betrayed you back into your life without accountability is an act of self-destruction. If a person deceives you once, that is a reflection of their character. If they do it twice, that is a reflection of yours. It means you ignored the warning signs and willingly placed yourself in harm's way again. A person who has betrayed you once has already proven that their loyalty is conditional, their words unreliable, and their presence in your life dangerous. One of the most damaging things a person can do is to keep forgiving someone who repeatedly hurts them, thinking that love or patience will change them. But change does not come from being tolerated. It comes from facing consequences. A person will never value your trust if they know they can betray you and still have access to your life. They will never respect your worth if you keep lowering your standards to accommodate their failures. Many people hold onto toxic relationships because they fear letting go. They convince themselves that the betrayer will change, that things will be different this time, that love, faith, or loyalty will fix what is broken. But some things are not meant to be fixed. They are meant to be left behind. The cost of keeping the wrong people in your life is too high. It drains your energy, steals your peace, and delays your destiny. Boundaries are necessary. You can forgive someone and still remove them from your life. You can wish them well, but refuse to allow them to have another opportunity to harm you. You are not obligated to keep toxic people in your life just because you have chosen to let go of resentment. Forgiveness is about freeing yourself from the burden of anger, but wisdom is about ensuring you never place yourself in the same position again. Learn the lesson. Recognize the warning signs, and most importantly, understand this. Real forgiveness does not mean repeated suffering. You deserve peace, protection, and relationships built on trust. Never allow forgiveness to become an excuse for self-betrayal. Protecting your future starts with guarding your relationships, because the people you allow into your life shape your destiny. Every relationship, whether it is a friendship, romantic partnership, or business alliance, either moves you forward or holds you back. The wrong person in your life can delay your success, drain your energy, and even destroy your dreams. This is why discernment is critical. You cannot afford to be careless with the people you trust, commit to, or share your vision with. Many people suffer not because they lack talent, intelligence, or ambition, but because they have surrounded themselves with the wrong people. They place their trust in those who secretly envy them, share their dreams with those who silently hope they fail, and remain loyal to those who have already proven they are unworthy. One of the greatest mistakes a person can make is assuming that everyone who is close to them is for them. Some people are only in your life to take, to use, or to sabotage. A key principle in life is this: relationships determine direction. Show me your closest friends and I will show you where your life is headed. The people you align yourself with influence your mindset, your confidence, and your decisions. If you surround yourself with those who are dishonest, negative, or lack vision, you will find yourself struggling, doubting, and stagnating. On the other hand, when you align with people of integrity, wisdom, and ambition, you are naturally pushed toward growth and success. Not everyone deserves access to your life. Some people are meant to be acquaintances, not confidants. Others are meant to be left behind, not carried into your future. The mistake many people make is trying to hold on to relationships that no longer serve them. They remain connected to those who have shown signs of disloyalty, hoping that history, emotions, or shared experiences will somehow change a person's nature. But the truth is, when someone has shown you who they are, believe them. A person who betrays you once will likely do it again. A friend who secretly resents your success will not celebrate your future victories. A partner who does not respect your values today will not honor them tomorrow. Wisdom demands that you protect your relationships by setting boundaries. It means being selective about who you trust, wise about who you invest in, and intentional about who you allow to influence your journey. Not everyone deserves to hear your dreams. Not everyone should have access to your emotions. Some people are in your life only to take information and use it against you. Others are there only to drain your energy without giving anything in return. Your future is too valuable to be placed in the hands of the wrong people. Guard your relationships with discernment. Surround yourself with those who uplift, challenge, and support you. The right people will push you toward your destiny. The wrong people will pull you away from it. Choose wisely because your future depends on it. Betrayal is not just an act, it is a revelation. It exposes the true nature of those we once trusted, loved, and depended on. Some betrayals are minor wounds that heal over time, but others are deep cuts that should never be ignored, excused, or forgiven. The cost of misplaced trust is too high, and wisdom demands that we recognize when a betrayal is a warning, not just a mistake. Trust is the foundation of every meaningful relationship. Once broken, it cannot be fully restored. A person who deceives, dishonors, or sabotages you has already shown that their loyalty is conditional, their commitment is weak, and their presence in your life is dangerous. Some wounds leave scars too deep to risk reopening. Covenants are sacred, and those who break them have no regard for honor or commitment. Whether in marriage, business, or friendship, when someone violates a covenant, they reveal their true priorities, self-interest over integrity. Betrayal of purpose is even more dangerous because it affects your destiny. Those who discourage, delay, or sabotage your progress are not just betrayers, they are obstacles to your future. Not every betrayal deserves forgiveness. Forgiveness is a personal decision, but it does not require reconciliation. Some people should never be allowed back into your life after they have shown their true colors. Wisdom is knowing when to let go, when to walk away, and when to protect yourself from repeated harm. Your future depends on your ability to choose the right relationships. The people you align yourself with will either elevate you or destroy you. Be discerning. Guard your heart, protect your purpose, and surround yourself with those who truly support you. Because in the end, the greatest betrayal is not what others do to you. It is allowing the wrong people to remain in your life after they have shown you who they are.